It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right.
Hey everybody. Can y'all hear me? What's going on, everybody? Hold up, y'all. Let me up this light. Hold up. Okay. Look. What's going on? All right. I feel a little bit better. Okay. What's going on? What's going on? Girl. Y'all need to be glad y'all got me today. Y'all need to be glad y'all got me today. I need y'all to like this video. I need the likes to reflect the fact that yesterday was Mardi Gras, girl. And I've been getting sore from the floor up for days now. Okay? Sore from the floor up for days now. So the fact that the fact that I have survived Mardi Gras, the fact that I have shown up here today, okay, needs to be reflected in the likes, because Lord knows if it was not for the liquid IV, if it was not for the liquid IV, which is what I'm on right now. Shout out to liquid IV. Y'all can get y'all some liquid IV using my code. It's down below in the description box. BondyBlue 25, I think, or something like that. Y'all check down below in the description box. It's in there. But girl, I had a good time. I had so much fun for Mardi Gras. I was down there at the Basin Street fire station, okay, and I was on top the fire truck, and I had a great view. Then I was down to the Magnolia yoga studio in their little VIP area, okay. And shout out to Chicken and Champagne for hooking a girl up with all her drinks yesterday, girl. Baby, a time was had by all. Do you hear me? And then I came home and cooked a pot of beans. I was like, I need some beans. I need to eat. I waited too long to eat. Lyric came home. I'm passed out. Crawfish on the table. Child. The most. Okay, but I had a great time. I can't wait to do it again next year. I feel like next year I'm going to Zulu ball. I need to find me a fire ass dress to wear. I need to start planning my Mardi Gras. Okay, yes, I'm tan, girl. That's why I'm looking at myself like, why I look. It's because I got a tan. I got a tan yesterday. So I'm just kind of like, ooh, girl, you. There's tint in the glasses, girl. I can't see. All I know is I look a little different. Okay. But yeah, shout out to the Liquid IV. Y'all get that down below in the description box. Because if you was drinking like I was drinking yesterday, child, you need to hydrate, recuperate with the liquid IV. Thank you. I'm so glad to see y'all. I had something called a bow wow, and it little bow. You was at? Oh my god. Okay, I know where you got that from too. Okay, that's Neo's. Neo's does the bow wow, and it's a huge rum and punch, and it will tear your ass up. So yes, okay. Listen, Zulu Ball was fun this year. I'm gonna go next year. Now that I know, like my best friend, his family have a table every year, I was like, I'm going next year. I just need a dress. I just need to get a dress that's gonna give what it's supposed to give. Okay, I might grow my hair out by the time we get to Mardi Gras next year. Yeah, a table is 2,500 and VIP is 4,000. Girl, I know it be the most, but usually people go in on a table, so they'll get the table and then they'll get people to pay them for tickets to their table. That's usually how it goes. And I think the price went up. It used to be like 150. Now I think it's like two something. Usually, but either way, next year I'm in there swimwear. Okay, 10 shots in that bowl. Listen, we used to be down to Neo's getting up back in the day before it became a thing. Now it's a thing, and you can't never get in there, girl. And they don't do reservations, and I don't do wait times. So there's that. I don't like waiting for food. Like I don't. I mean, like I'll order it, but like I'm not about to wait 30 minutes to an hour to be seated every time I come here. All to be this close to the table next to me, you know. I have some other negative things to say, but I'm not gonna do that because I love them people. I just want them to do better. I just want them to do a little bit better. The Bow Wow is off the chain though, but they used to be like my spot. And it seemed like the more people that be around there, you saw me and you ain't say nothing, Devin. That is insane. I was all up and down that street all day. Okay? Just like morals. Yes, it seems as if like before everybody find out about the place be the shit. As soon as everybody find out about it, then the quality start going down. And then you can't even get a table. Okay? It's me being Zulu trying to understand what a Zulu ball is. Well, in New Orleans, look, I'm going to give y'all a little New Orleans lesson right quick, and we're going to get into Potomac. I need to warm up anyway. I ain't really talked since I got up this morning, and I got up at 11. So y'all going to fuck with me for a second so I can get my bearings, okay? But basically, during Mardi Gras usually lasts about a good 3 weeks as far as like the stretched out amount of parades that happen on certain days of the week. Usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, some Sundays, depending on which week of Mardi Gras we are in. Okay, the last week of Mardi Gras, the Friday before Mardi Gras is always on Tuesday. There is a ball. There are usually balls for all of the crews that have parades. Okay, Zulu is a crew out here, and they created Zulu back in the day because there were no black parade crews in the city. It was like a all whites, all whites type of thing. And Zulu was like the first black. And and now there are other ones, but Zulu is still the main attraction on Mardi Gras Day. As much as, like, I'm sorry to say this, clear people love them some Rex and all of that. For everybody else that's from here, Zulu and then being under the bridge is your whole thing for Mardi Gras Day. Okay? There's a whole bunch of stuff. Now they put stages up there now. Now it's like a whole concert under the bridge after the parade. Whereas back in the day, people just used to congregate and everybody used to be under there. And then the Indians would come out and they would perform. And you got your dudes on your bikes. And, everybody's doing their thing out there. And it's just like a huge congregation under the bridge on North Claiborne. Usually between, really on Orleans and just spread out until people just be tired of congregating and it just be like, all right, we about to go, which is usually between St. Bernard and Canal. So yeah, but yes, the Zulu, my cousin is in Zulu. My family is always in Zulu. My cousins, my aunts have always been in Zulu. So we always go. But my issue with Zulu is that it's at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I feel offended by the fact that, it's 2023 and still the biggest black crew has to roll at 8 o'clock in the morning as if everybody wasn't out getting fucked up on Lundi Gras the night before. I hate that. It feels like, let's hurry up and get the black folks out of the way. Yeah. I think it needs to be pushed back. I think Mardi Gras, and I know, and they be messing over them, but I think it needs to be pushed back. I think Mardi Gras Day should not start, parade should not start rolling until maybe like 9:30, 10 a.m. That don't even make sense for the parade to start at 8 a.m., meaning that we got to be out here at 6, 7 o'clock so we can make sure we get a parking spot and we set up and we get a good spot. Some people be out there the night before, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They'll leave, what parade they went to, and then start cleaning up so that they can reset up for the parade the next day. It's too much. Thank you for the super chat, Barb Meets World. Hey, Bondi, glad you enjoyed Mardi Gras. So sad, Nola Reeves, and I missed you. Definitely next time. Yes, I'm so sorry. Like, girl, next time, for sure. Absolutely next time. Y'all got to hit me up, ahead of time so I can schedule it and have it in my mind. But the way I was all over the place, it was just like... I get so overwhelmed too. I can only be out there for a certain, like, it's a lot. Like, I get overload with the people, the sounds, the smells. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just be overload, the energies. It be a lot going on, child. And then, like, that's why I was so tired. It's like overload of energy because I ain't even drink that much yesterday. 10 a.m. for me. 8 is too damn. That's how I feel. And most people don't go out until later. But why we gotta miss the first half of the fucking parade? And all of that just because y'all want the black people to be up at 8 o'clock in the morning for the parade. That is ridiculous. Okay? Anyway, y'all, I'm sorry. The first half is in my life. Okay, y'all go ahead and mark it. We about to start it. Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay. Oh, girl. Let me just say a couple of things about these looks, and then we're gonna get into the notes and some things that I, want to make sure that I mention that may be out of order. Okay. So let me blow this up a little bit. Hold up. Let me move myself because I want y'all to still see me. Okay. Um. Okay. So let's my thoughts have changed on the looks since the reunion show has aired, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Karen and Wendy. I'm gonna give it to Karen and Wendy. Even though I really like Mia dress, I don't like that middle split. But the color, the velvet, the embroidery of the bodice of her dress, I really think is beautiful. But the middle split is what ruins it for me because I feel like it almost looks like an accident. This looks like a gown that's supposed to be complete down to the ground, and you have, you know, made it easy access. And don't get me wrong, girl, we love the easy access, but you know you should have known better. It wasn't good. Thank you, Rosemary, for the super chat. Okay, this is one of those things where it don't never show me what it's actually because I'm not on YouTube, child. uh what you call them, Ecam people, if y'all ever listening to us who use y'all product, can y'all please figure out a way for when people buy super chats and things of this nature on YouTube for us to actually see the graphic? Because y'all mess us up with this. Like, why I can't see the little graphic? That ain't make no sense. Thank you. I appreciate you. But yes, Mia girl, I feel like, you low key ruins it. You low key ruins it. That's how I feel. Hold up, because the picture got moved by accident, y'all. Hold up. Okay. Robin, you look beautiful, but it's giving basic bitch. I'm sorry. Like, it looks good on you, and I feel like a lot of times you look bad. So this is a step up because you don't look bad. You look good. You know what I'm saying? But essentially, it's giving Macy's. For a reunion show of this stature, this is one of the best looks that you've had, and that's sad because this is giving basic bitch. Candace, now that I've actually seen your dress in movement, it feels unfinished. The peak of lace, the peak of the skin tone or the see-through or the invisible, whatever that fabric is that's under the feathers of Candace's dress, it makes it look unfinished. I almost feel like whatever they put the feathers on should have been fully rhinestoned or something. Or like not even rhinestone, but glittered. That way, when we were seeing it, it wouldn't seem like an accident. But the dress looks unfinished to me. Even though I feel like on, seated, Candace looked great. But I saw Candace pull that dress, like, as she turned, and I was just kind of like, yeah, that's what I don't like about this dress. It looks unfinished because yes, we can see a lot of mesh. Absolutely, Jordan. Thank you for that. Moving over to our girl Karen. Now, I actually think that Karen's dress is peculiar yet beautiful. I love the satin. I love the color. I think my problem comes in with the way they did that one shoulder, as if it is separate from the actual bodice of the dress, and I don't like that. Like, I almost wish that Karen wouldn't have had that sleeve on at all, and it should have just been the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like how it looked on the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem with it. I also feel like I was a little nervous about, Karen's edges, because y'all pulled that ponytail so damn tight, girl. We didn't know if her edges was going to make it, but she looked pretty. She looked really good. Giselle, you look church lady, gaudy, cheap. Those are the words. Okay, I'm sorry, but those are the words. The hair even though I like that style, I feel like it was executed in a way that doesn't look polished enough for, again, this reunion. It looks like nobody paid for them to, make sure the hair was touched up or something, because it was frizzy. And I felt like, what happened to the curl? Like, it needs to curl. Like, I don't know. It looked like a messy bun, but too damn messy for the reunion show. Also, it was pointed out to me when I watched Roxanne's video that Giselle's rhinestones are not all created equal. Some of them are different depending on what arm we're looking at, which makes me feel like, again, church lady, gaudy, cheap. Okay? The color is nice on her. She could have done better. Okay, I also feel like her split is way too low. What's the point of having a split if it's only going to be above your knee? That don't even make sense. I just want her to get out of this church lady mindset, because you are not a church lady. You are no longer Madam Vice President of the church, girl. I don't know. You're not. Like, you're not that anymore. Please. And then you don't even have the energy of that. She fucking on this new little young man, and I ain't mad at it, but you're throwing that puss at Andy, talking about if he hasn't had sex with a woman by the time he makes 60, you'll do it. He was like, that's an HR problem. Embarrassing. You throw your cooch at a man who wants to try it but has never, and he threw it back at you slightly. Like, that was embarrassing. Okay? Don't ever in your life again, Giselle, throw your coochie at somebody like that and then sit here with this dress trying to act like you somebody's church lady, okay? Like you above board, like you got superior morality with the way you want to dress, but then actually on camera is throwing that old cooch over to Andy like he wanted, and he simply batted it back. No, thank you. HR would have an issue with that. Girl, I'm sure if Andy wants to have sex with a woman, he'll pay some young, attractive woman to do it, not some old, attractive woman to do it. And that's no disrespect to the women that are older, because I'm going to get older, and I'm going to view myself as one of those old batches that can get you and your young man. Okay? And obviously she can, but there's just something so pathetic about Giselle to me when it comes to... And also, she likes to rub Karen's age in her face, so I don't know why I can't do it to her. I feel like you call Karen geriatric, and I don't know why I can't call your ass old. I don't know. You like 3, 4, 5 years younger than that lady. Your ass is still old too. If you in the 50s and she almost out the 50s, both of y'all is what? In them 50s. Okay? And listen, my mama in her 60s, and I feel like she look better than a lot of y'all. But y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do up here looking a mess trying to act like you better than somebody. Girl, I cannot with Giselle. She annoyed me. And this look just annoyed me even more. It's the split. It's the split, y'all. It's given, I'm too much of a church lady for this high split that you other ones are wearing. But yes, I'm gonna throw my coochie at someone as soon as I can. And you want us to believe that somebody was trying to sneaky link you, girl? Somebody was trying to snatch or sneak the cooch away from you, girl? Wasn't nobody trying to snatch or sneak no cooch away from you. You got to throw it at people in order for them to want it, okay? That's how y'all know looks aren't everything. Sometimes it's simply about the energy, okay? Ashley. I don't know who the hairstylist was. I don't know who styled the dress. Don't hire them again. Hire Jeff again, because Jeff did great on your makeup. You look all one color. Your makeup looks good, okay? You don't look, because some seasons, y'all, it's not just her. It's a lot of us black girls. The colors don't never be right. Your face be one color, your neck be another. It's not your fault, okay? But Jeff got her together. She looked good when it came to the makeup. The dress is a disjointed mess on her body. Like that middle part, what is happening, Ashley? Ashley, you've done so much better. Like, I understand you wanted to show off your body, but there was a better way to do it. This wasn't the way. Like the way the embroidery is like linking at different areas, it makes her torso look disjointed. No, Ashley. And Ashley, this bob had no movement. Where was the movement? The bobs need the movement, okay? The bob had no movement. And I just kind of felt bad for her. It feels like her head is being held way too tight by this wig. And so once again, the hairstylist, do not hire him again. Whoever gave you that dress, do not hire them again, girl. Move on. Don't give them a bad recommendation, but move on, okay? And let's get on into Miss Wendy Acefo. Let me tell you something, Wendy. Wendy, you look good, girl. I didn't like your dress at first, but the more I see it, the more I like it. It actually does remind me of Mardi Gras and the embroidery that is put on a lot of Mardi Gras Indian costumes, or the costumes, period, that are worn by, members of certain crews. They have like really elaborate costumes, and this kind of reminds me of that. And she looked good. I don't like the way she's standing right here. There were other ones that, gave a better stance. Right here, Wendy, you look like you're slithering again. Like, stand up straight. Stop trying to look short because you standing next to Ashley's little bitty ass, okay? Topple her, okay? Not this, okay? I want it to always be this, okay? Give it this, okay? I'm just saying, like, she needed to erect it, and it's giving sunken in, and it's giving slither, and we don't want Wendy to slither. But Wendy looks good. But it gave Carnival. Yes, I think she looked amazing, though. My problem and my only critique that I really would have liked, and I want her to think about this moving forward, Wendy, textured hair. Wendy, textured hair, Wendy. I need the hair to be textured, okay? And do you know what I mean? We need curls. We need yaki, okay? We need something... we need something with some texture, okay? Because you are a beautiful Black woman and you have very beautiful Nigerian features. And I feel like a lot of Black women do not realize that we do ourselves a disjustice with flat hair when we have really good high cheekbones. Okay, listen to me. Because what ends up happening is the flattening of the hair gives a contrast with the face. And even though you look good, this could look better. If her hair was like big soft curls, or even if she had like, maybe that movie was like last season or season before last, she had like that updo and the hair was falling and shit. Like, I feel like it needed a good big soft curl. You know what I'm saying? Something. But the flat hair on Wendy is just kind of like, I wish you would do better. And I also wish that yes, I'm not opposed. I wish y'all would wear some Afro textured hair. Like your real hair texture. And I'm not saying, because I feel like Candy has been doing really amazing with that. Like, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but it's the only thing that makes Candy not look like an old grandma. With those wigs, because she puts on these wigs to switch up, and they're all like Grandma Joyce wigs, and we wish she would not wear them. And then she'll pop out with like something that's like a big, like, curly texture, like those two curly ponytails that she had, like something just really like, ethnic, something really Black. Okay. And it does something. It makes you look younger. It just, oh my God, it just does something. So I would like for people to, pay attention, Bondi, her teeth. Why are y'all talking about people's teeth? Whose teeth are new? What are we talking about? Volume. Yes. Can we do volume? Okay. Listen. Yes, Bondi, I don't like a bone straight hair. I don't like it. I need it to have a texture to it. Okay. Yes, girl. Oh no, not Gizzy got a tumbleweed on her head like a cinnamon roll. Yes, okay. Now whose teeth were y'all talking about? Because y'all keep talking about somebody's teeth in my comments, and I want y'all to make it make sense. Because who we talking about? What is it? Fire? What you call him? Dan? Y'all remember off in Living Color, Jim Carrey used to play the Fire Marshal Bill. Let me tell you something. That's what Mia's giving with her teeth right there. But whose teeth are new? Whose teeth are new? Who? Okay. Yeah, Cynthia Bailey was always good for a good texture on the hair. Okay, so y'all not typing fast enough. Y'all was talking about people's teeth. Now y'all not. I guess they was talking about me. Yeah, because they was talking about it a lot when I wasn't talking about it. Now that I'm asking about it, everybody quiet. But yeah, she giving Fire Marshal Bill over there. Let me tell you something. You know, let me tell you something. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. We gonna pray for her. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is though? Sometimes when you be, the lipstick and all of that, that top lip, when you smile, it'll get cut. Yeah, you gotta lick your lips. Okay? You gotta lick your lips. Okay? Okay, and relax your smile. Okay? Relax it. Okay? Listen. Wendy's teeth was giving Gucci Man, but it made her little comments funny. Oh, y'all are talking about Wendy. Oh, so it looked like Wendy had goals in her mouth. Did she have a grill? I thought Candace had a grill. Who had a grill? I don't know. Anyway, I'm tired of talking about this, so let's go ahead and move on. Okay. So, the actual reunion. The beginning starts with Giselle and Robin talking on their podcast. I didn't pay attention to what Andy was doing with everybody at the beginning because I was bored. Whenever he goes around speaking to everybody, and the only thing that was really memorable was them talking to Karen. And Andy's like, are you excited to see Cherise? Are you expecting to see Cherise? And she was just like, y'all put Cherise everywhere y'all can fit her. I am expecting to see her. And her back. Expecting to see them both. Yes. Okay. Let's see. The set. I feel like the set was shade to Mia. Did anybody else pick that up, or is it just me? Because when we were looking at the set, it's like there's so much shit all over the place. It's a mess. And that's when I was like, oh, it's like cheap Miami hotel. Like a cheap motel back in the day in Miami. That's what it looks like. And I feel like when we think about this season, when they went to Miami, because they went somewhere else and they had a better trip, didn't they? When they went with Mia, they had a bad trip, and then they went somewhere with Ashley and had a better trip to Mexico. So why didn't they use the Mexico trip as the backdrop? Instead, they used Miami, and it's giving cheap Miami motel, even though I'm sure it was not cheap to make this look this way, but I think that's what it was like giving. So for me, I was like, okay, this was like a shade to Mia in her cheap Miami trip. Okay. Got it. Giselle is dating, Candy said the theme was Miami Nights. Yeah, it looks cheap. It's Miami. It's cheap. And the last time I've seen Miami at night, it's a lot of whites and a lot of blue lights. Okay. Miami has always been white and a lot of lights. Okay. They got pink and teal and all of these different colors, which these colors beautifully go together. Don't get me wrong. But look at the set. It looks like a cheap motel from the 70s. Back when the cheap motels still looked nice before everybody ruined it with sperm and blood all over the place. Okay? Before old management died and new management decided that they were going to pocket the money instead of renovating said cheap motel. So that's what it's given. Okay? That may not have been the goal, but that's what it feels like to me. The most expensive thing seems to be the sofas they're sitting on. Everything else looks like cheap Miami. Okay. Yes, white and blue LED lights. Exactly. Miami airport decor. It doesn't flow. They use Miami because of the fight. Child. They should have used Mexico because that's where everybody was kitty clicking, but I'm going to let it go. Anyway, so Giselle is dating Jason from Summer House, that little young guy. She had to inquire on him in order for them to start dating. I feel like all Giselle wants is some dick anyway. So whatever. If they're really in a relationship, like if they're really screwing, then she just wants dick. And congratulations on getting some young dick. Because then maybe you can stop acting like such a dick. Okay? Robin is married and it feels like it felt before. But it's a little bit more legit now. I'm like, yeah, because y'all aren't shacking up the way y'all was doing back in the day. But you know what I do want to say, Robin? You got married to prove everybody wrong about you and Juan. And the funny thing about it is the reason why it feels the same is because he's still not that into you. Karen says that she didn't think it would happen, but she's happy for her. And Robin was like, I doubt it. And Karen was like, listen, bitch, you fake in front all day. Just sit over there and make sure that your hair does not frizz up, okay? Candace looks like the Cookie Monster. That was very shady, Andy. And then Candace said, well, Ashley has the keys to Sesame Street, so why don't you ask her? But this is an homage to the Cookie Monster bitch that tried to come on here and lie and say my husband was checking for her when he wasn't even looking at her in her wayward eyes. Okay? Anyway, don't tell me y'all didn't see that girl eyes going all over the place. Okay? Child, listen, just because you didn't strung them up like this and put some curly hair on them don't mean them eyes wasn't doing all kind of shit. And then, I'm just saying, I'm just pointing it out. Ain't nothing wrong with them, just pointing out. Trying to act like she was all attractive. Don't come on here lying on people with your eyes looking all over the place. Chris wasn't looking at you. You was looking at him. Okay? Anyway, Ashley got a new house. Michael has a key. She says, well, to be fair, we have keys to each other's houses. And she explains that one weekend, when Michael was supposed to keep the kids until Monday, he comes by on Sunday night and Luke has to hurry up and leave and go get on a train that night to go back to New York, all because Michael dropped the kids off early. And I was just like, Ashley, I don't know what type of slavery situation you done got yourself into, but when Candace and the rest of us was trying to point out the similarities between you being with Michael and, the racism involved and, the bed wench of it all and, him looking like your pa that didn't never love you and didn't want you because he slipped around and slipped into Sheila's black ass and then all of a sudden felt a way about having a biracial child. So here we are today with you fucking on somebody old enough to be your grandfather acting like you really attracted to him. Girl, it sound like the man own you. If he got a key to your house and he can demand for your man whether you was with him for a month or not, like, that's why he shouldn't have had a key. That's why he shouldn't have had a key, because then he wouldn't have been able to just open up the door and put the kids inside the door and close the door behind them and go ahead and leave. And then the kids is on you now, because you can't tell me that's not what he did. Michael came down there, put them kids in the door and closed the door and locked it behind them and said, I left the kids in the living room. I bet you that man better not be in there while my children is in there. Okay? It was because he had a key. You shouldn't have gave him a key. He wouldn't have had a key. No, he wouldn't have. I think not. Crazy as hell. Anyways, Ashley's prenup was trash. Okay. I'm glad this was brought up, because I have recently been talking about how on social media in 2023, y'all are still trying to convince women that is in their best interest to be financially dependent upon the man. And you frame it like, girl, that man not paying all your bills, that man not taking care of you, you a fool. That's how y'all frame it. But the real situation is, if y'all would just pick up a fucking book or watch a period piece, you could see that back when men were required to take care of women to this degree, the women didn't have any autonomy, any power, any agency. They couldn't do the shit they wanted to do, okay? Let alone the things they were simply allowed to do. So you mean to tell me every single one of y'all bitches that want a man to take care of y'all is ready to be cooking and cleaning and fucking every time he requested? Because a lot of y'all is lazy and keep a nasty house anyway, but want a man to come and take care of y'all. Very, very funny to me. Do you think you're not going to get knocked upside the head like all of the women in the past did? Y'all really like to move backwards under the guise that, oh, it's an easy life. Girl, you could live an easy life and still not give somebody all of the control over you. Ashley thought that she was smart finding some old white man to lie up under and have 2 children with so he can do his business on her and she could get some type of payout on the back end. And y'all see how she got fucked into indentured servitude, right? Y'all see that, right? Now, I'm going to tell y'all, you in the Malaysias of the world, and I'm pointing out Malaysia because I am not watching Basketball Wives, but I did see the clip. And everybody wanted to make Jen feel bad about the fact that she mentioned Malaysia's house was on foreclosure. And I would feel bad for anybody losing their home, except for the fact that you had millions of dollars running through your handbag, bitch, and now you have nothing to show for it. Ashley, millions of dollars rolling through your handbag, bitch, and you have nothing to show for it. So all of y'all out there that want to keep pushing this dependency on men bullshit, these men are not dumb. And they want you to be an indentured servant. And if you don't want to be a servant, then you need to figure out a way to take care of your damn self. Now, you want to be in a partnership with somebody? Great. Make sure you don't sign faulty paperwork that fucks you out of your half, your portion of what has been obtained during your marriage. Girl, I cannot. I simply cannot. I was just sitting up here like, Ashley, you don't get any alimony? You barely get spousal support, which seems to only occur if you lose your job. Because one thing Michael won't allow is for his children to be living under the bridge with you and Sheila. But I'm trying to understand why the whole time Ashley was with this man, she did not find a way to build $1 million business for herself. It makes no sense to me. I don't know what y'all be doing. Malaysia, Gennaro is not even attractive. And you fucked on that nigga and had all them children with that man talking about, I'm a basketball wife and I have Gucci and Fendi and Louis Vuitton luggage and I'm rich and we live in LA and all of this shit, right? And now you don't even have your own house right now. Y'all know why I don't understand it? Because as soon as I'm with a man that got that much money, we going to put an apartment building in my name. We going to put an apartment building in my name so that I can rent out and always have a way to take care of myself. Child, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. She said she gets her house. I said, Ashley, I cannot believe you sitting next to Karen Huger. You sitting next to Mia Thornton. You sitting next to Candace and Wendy. And I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all that all of those women I named, y'all see I didn't mention Giselle and Robin because they have nothing to show for their marriages, if you ask me, except for beautiful children. But financially, I don't feel like Giselle and Robin were better off because of the men they decided to be with. Candace comes from generational wealth. That should have been somebody you saw as an ally instead of somebody as an adversary because you mad that Sheila had you growing up struggling because something, ain't right up here. Okay? Wendy found an attractive man, her same age, born in the same decade as her. They both make a lot of money together. Candace and Chris may be a lot of things, but Chris is not a bum. Y'all try to make him seem like that, but doesn't Chris come from money in some respect? I can't remember, but either way, it seemed to me that Chris and Candace are two people that came from something and got together for love, but both of them came from some shit. Okay? So they're never not really gonna not have. And Mia is the type of girl that's going to lay on her back, bend it open, bust it wide, and do whatever she got to do to make sure she's okay because she will never struggle again the way she did as a child being passed around from family member to family member. So if it mean having 3 ways with Gordon while he's halfway passed out and his tongue is hanging out his mouth and she just got to clean him up and then lay him down and she's just going to be all right, even though she done lost every damn thing, y'all see, being with Gordon got Mia to this show, and now Mia can make her own money. And I bet you any money, Mia will never be in a situation like Ashley's dumb ass. Ashley, I'm so disappointed in you. We thought you were smarter. Thank you, Ash A, for the super chat. I'm ASAHM. And the moment I quit my job, a stay-at-home mom. And the moment I quit my job, the financial abuse started. Oh, yeah. Won't remind you of everything they didn't pay for around there. Thank you. Thank you, Ash A. Thank you. Hold on, what you say? Ashley said on the Breakfast Club when she first got on Real Housewives of Potomac that she was scared to ask Michael for money. He didn't even pay off her student loans. Then what were you doing, Ashley? Pretending as if you were really in love with this man? Girl, I don't even understand how you didn't take some of this man's money and turn it into something. You shouldn't have never been with him. If he wasn't going to financially take care of you, you shouldn't have never been with him. The idea that you were supposed to lay up under that man and he wasn't supposed to pay your student loans off is ridiculous to me. You know your old ass wouldn't get a woman like that if you didn't have money. So do us a fucking favor and stop being tight. Give it up. You want tight ass? We don't want tight wallets. I can't stand when these men act like they don't know what it's hitting for. Oh, you don't love me? Get the fuck out of here. Love you. Love you. If you love me, I wouldn't have had to ask for you to make sure I was financially straight after we separate. Especially if you got it like that. Ashley, you should have always been making sure you was getting what you needed. Always. And if he had a problem with it, I guess you could find another rich white millionaire to get on. You could have. Once you find one, you can find another. I'm just saying, you was already in that group now. She didn't even seem to invest in bags and shoes that could turn a Carrie Bradshaw coin. That's what I'm saying, because she wanted to be all, low maintenance and shit. Pretending like you wanted to lie up under that man and have him do his business on you, and you ain't even get what you needed out of it. That don't make no goddamn sense. Ashley, I'm so disappointed in you. And then Ashley wants to give, I really want monogamy. I want to set that example for my kids. Ashley, you sound stupid right there. Because even if you are with one person, Ashley, your ex-husband or your husband is going to be with whoever he want to be with. And he's been with a whole bunch of different people. We can just simply Google it. So monogamy is not being set as an example when you are with one person and the daddy is with whoever he want to be with. That's not monogamy. It's not. So I don't know how you think you're going to set an example, in that way. That's ridiculous. If that's what you want, say that's what you want. Say, I don't want to be fucking on all of these people just to make him happy. I don't want to do that. Say you don't want to do it, Ashley, but stop lying and acting like, Michael really isn't the creepy, nasty old fucking man that he is. We want you to stop doing that. You are exhausting us trying to make excuses that don't make sense just so you don't have to say, I don't really want to do all of the nasty old nigga shit that he used to make me do. I'm tired now. I'm somebody's mama. And back when I was not somebody's mama, I felt like it was okay. But now I got kids and I don't want to see myself doing the despicable, nasty shit that I do with Michael and then going back and taking care of my children. No. But you know what that means, Ashley? It means you were never comfortable with the shit that Michael was asking you to do. And you acted like you were. And that's what I don't like about y'all. If you don't really like women, don't be out here doing these threesomes and shit just to please these men. That is stupid. That is stupid. I'm just saying, don't do it if you're not really into women. 2Ls, thank you for the super chat. Ashley wasted her money on saving Sheila. Gullum told Ashley since season 2 that he thought she would turn out to be just like her mother. Sad. Oh, Lord. And you know what? I think he knew that because she never impressed upon him to make sure that she was straight. Stupid. Thank you again. Peace to Mateo for another super chat. I think you gave me one before. I don't know, but thank you. Love, F you, pay me. Exactly. Because we know that this what it is, okay? It's an exchange, but we're not about to act like it's about love because it's not. Mia mentions how she's still gonna bend it over and bust it open to make sure that she keep her man. I'm like, yeah, because at this point it don't take a lot. Gordon probably be asleep halfway through. Ashley called Candace the least accomplished on the show on season 3, I believe. But now Ashley can't even pay her own bills. Ashley says that she is accomplished and she's sorry for saying that to Candace. And Candace mentions with a, smug smile on her face that I very much enjoyed, how they made such a big deal, a negative big deal, out of the fact that her mom helped her pay for her townhouse that she and Chris were staying in before they bought this house. Everybody wanted to, oh, you're in your mom's house. Your mom takes care of you. And even back then, I used to tell y'all, I would rather it be my parents taking care of me than me having to fuck on some old nasty man so I can be taken care of. The fuck? Y'all need to weigh shit if y'all think that getting taken care of by your parents versus being taken care of by a man that you don't really like that is better. No, it's not. No, it's not. And we've been saying that, Ashley. Okay? Ashley says that she stands by that at some point, as a 30-year-old, you should, have to be able to take care of yourself. And Candace says, but you cannot. You cannot take care of yourself. I would have been able to get a house. I just wouldn't have been able to get that house. And Candace was like, and I would have been able to get an apartment, but I wouldn't have been able to get that townhouse. So I asked my mom to help me. A person that's not going to require me to degrade myself in a sexual manner, because, child, we ain't going to act like Candace's mama didn't degrade her in a whole bunch of other ways for that paper. But that was better than laying on her back with a stranger for it. Okay? Candace says, if you are able to attain the decorations he put in those papers to distract you, I pray you will have that generational wealth that I have for your kids. Ashley says, oh, you better believe my kids will be able to afford their own home at 30. Best believe it. It's like, so it's okay for your children to have generational wealth because you laid down under Michael, but Candace's parents having it from being doctors. Okay. Girl, I guess. Whatever you want to tell yourself to make sleeping under Michael comfortable for you and your indentured servitude, okay, with your two little white boys that probably going to grow up and resent you. Girl. Ashley, then Claire, I hope they don't, but something about the situation feels like Dean is going to grow up screaming at you. Ashley then clarifies that Michael is a great father. I'm so glad I brought that up. Y'all, that happened by accident. I forgot that was the next point. Ashley, before her segment over, wanted to clarify that Michael is a great father and they're learning to better parent after she told us that the kids were being affected by their arguing because Michael's arguing and mad at her about something and screaming at her in front of Dean. And Dean is like, stop. And I'm like, well, yeah, Ashley, you saw how your baby acted when you took him to that restaurant and he wanted to take off his clothes and he was having a temper tantrum. Something feels like when he's a teenager, you're going to hear a clean and guttural, fuck you, Mom. I pray that you don't. We really pray that Uncle Lump is around to keep the kids in line. Okay? But with Michael as a father, I feel like Michael is going to talk bad about you to the kids. He's going to make it so that the kids feel like they don't have to respect you because he doesn't respect you. The way he talks to you around the kids will then feel that they can do. It reminds me of the way Britney Spears' kids treat her. Y'all seen them two little boys, the way they treat Britney Spears? Like just complete little fucking assholes? Yeah, like something about the way Ashley and Michael are raising their two kids makes me feel like Ashley might be in a similar situation if she don't cling to her black family members now. Girl, cling to them black family members that'll bust them kids upside the head if they get too disrespectful. Not saying that y'all know I don't want nobody busting the kids upside the head. Y'all know what I mean. But y'all know there's a difference between discipline and no discipline at all. Yes. And Ashley and them give no discipline. Uncle Lump give, I'm a threaten to hit you, but I ain't gonna hit you. But it's gonna sum up to some discipline. Girl, she absolutely played herself if she can't even speak the truth in that prenup. Go to hell. Okay. Ashley, you are on Real Housewives of Potomac. The fact that you don't have the attitude of, nigga, you could take all this shit and get the fuck out my face. I'll stay in a small house that I can afford before I allow you to imprison me. Ashley, you are on a show that is allowing you the opportunity to not need Michael. Do you know how many women would love to be in your position because it means they would have been making hundreds of thousands of dollars that they can parlay into businesses for themselves so they don't have to depend on some nasty ass old man that wants to abuse and financially abuse, use, and control them? You have a way out with Real Housewives of Potomac and you still gonna stay married? I need it to make sense, girl. But you know what? The difference between, mothers. It's the difference between mothers, okay? Because somebody, Iyanla ask y'all real quick, what did your mother teach you? And one of the main things my mama taught me, regardless to anything and everything, one of the main things she taught me was I would live in a pillbox apartment before I'm unhappy. For real. That's what she always said. And because of that, when I look at certain things, I was willing to live wherever I needed to live in order for me to take care of myself, because I would rather get it out here on my own than be beholden or dependent on anybody that would abuse me because I needed them. I was taught that lesson in a number of ways. Okay? So I'm just looking at Ashley like, girl, all you got to do is start selling your little yoga workouts, raise your TikTok profile, start doing online yoga classes, get your certification. I'm sure she already has it. Get you a clothing yoga line. Find out who the people that do Shein Glow is and get you a little line together. You got the money and the access. You sell a shit, promote it on Real Housewives of Potomac, and boom, bow, pow. You don't need Michael for money anymore. What are you doing? I hate to go back to it, but girl, what are you doing? Oh my God, Ashley, please go to therapy and stop being scared of shit you don't need to be scared of. Mia and her rash. Mia, it was a rash. She thought she had sarcoidosis. Mia, it was a rash. She has tissue growing in her reproductive organs. Bitch, you got fibroids like everybody else, huh? Okay. She could possibly have to get a hysterectomy like Giselle after already having your kids. Moving on into your 40s. Yeah. That's usually, you know. You might want to keep the parts, but eventually we're going to not be able to use them anyway. I'm just saying, like, Mia's getting older and she's sitting up there acting like, you know, this hysterectomy thing. Oh my God, it was such a scare. You're full of shit. You're putting 20 on 10. Okay? Shout out to Roxanne. Wendy is a snake. That's what Mia said. Mia said that Wendy is a snake because she didn't call Mia a liar to her face like Robin and Giselle did. And I'm like, y'all are so stupid. Let's explain. There is no way that anybody could have really known what was going on with Mia. So even though they pretty much believed that she was a liar, they still felt like, I don't know that, so I don't want to really say that. That's what most people would couth and respect. Even if they suspect you are lying, if it's something big like cancer, they'll wait until they have actual evidence that you're lying before they bust you out for it, because they could be wrong. And that's just callous and rude to call somebody a liar about a sickness when you really don't fucking know. Okay? So when Wendy was saying I didn't call her a liar, even though I believe she was a liar, it was because Wendy has couth and simply felt it was more disrespectful than she wanted to be to tell Mia to her face that she thought she was being a liar, but to simply just wait and find out while having her kitchen table talk accidentally with the mic still attached to her. Y'all thought that was a moment, but Wendy was being a real person in that moment. Like, that's what real people do. Real people do not do what Giselle and Robin do and walk up to somebody who you can't possibly know that lady's fucking health records. So nobody in real life that has sense would walk up to somebody and say, oh, you're lying about cancer? Nobody would say that. Nobody with sense. So what Wendy did is what normal people would do. I'm not going to call her a liar to her face because I don't want to be rude. But essentially, I think the bitch is lying. Because what she's talking about is a rash. Yes, it's called couth, class, tact, respect. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But it is obvious that Giselle and Robin know not of these things. Even though they present as if they have tact, but they simply do not. They are tacky. Okay? Calling Wendy a snake because she didn't want to be mean and tell you was a liar to your face. Girl, Mia, what are you talking about? Mia, that was a moment where you were supposed to be on Wendy's side because she did not come to you and basically call you a liar in front of a group full of people on camera the way Giselle and Robin did. You were upset about that in that moment. I really wish you would get your head out of other people's asses. The way this season Mia kept saying that Wendy just wants to be liked by everybody, it's like, no, bitch, that's you. That's you. I don't know who this is that keep calling me. Like, leave a fucking message, text me. I don't know. I don't know who you are. Anyway, but yeah, I just was looking at Mia like, no, Mia, it's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you who is so worried about whether Giselle and Robin are going to be your friend or not that you're willing to accept them disrespecting the piss out of you just so you can pretend as if you're a part of the clique. DeQuasia, thank you for the super chat. People depend on their mate out of conviction of words. Once they verbally convince you that they will hold their end of the financial bargain, then their word would be enough for you to go by. Okay, I'm a little confused by that one, but I think I understand what you mean as far as what, Ashley, like if they had a verbal agreement, you basically, to this nigga's whim. Courtney, thank you for the super chat. Ashley should have opened her own yoga studio. Absolutely. Yoga and Pilates. I don't know what she was thinking about. And she would have had people coming in there all the time. She would have been able to hire some people. She would have had a special Ashley class. Don't come in here asking me about Real Housewives of Potomac. We here to do yoga, bitch. She probably would have did a good show on do a class on Mondays and Wednesdays. That's the only days Ashley there. And the rest of the days y'all can see somebody else. Yeah. I don't even understand what's been going on with Ashley. But yes, Mia, projecting much? Absolutely. I don't see Wendy being fake and pretending to be cool with people she not really cool with the way you do. Like lying and shit when they've offended. Like they offended you and you're lying on their behalf. You're stupid, Mia. Do you see that Wendy has not done that? They didn't lie on Wendy and then Wendy had their back. It's just as ridiculous to me. The way Mia kisses Robin and Giselle's ass regardless of how many times they disrespect her and play her out in front of everybody. And she's still up their ass. Oh my gosh. It's just so annoying. Okay, wait. I'm trying to see. I don't see any. Yeah, I didn't see a super chat from you, Dion. Did I miss it? Because I don't see it. And I thought I got all of them. Okay, no, here we go. Dion McKenzie, thank you for the super chat. Ashley's wig is giving Chucky. It's giving a sickening Charles Lee Ray. I like to be hugged. It does look like Charles Lee Ray. You are right. That absolutely looks like a Chucky doll. That is hilarious. Thank you for that. No, I can't unsee it. Oh my God. Okay, so Mia, what else? Mia says she's sorry that her husband didn't take video of her in the hospital. And Wendy was like, no, bitch, I'm sorry that my husband cared enough about me to be at the hospital with me. From what we understand, Gordon ain't had no job. So why he couldn't be there with you when you was at the hospital? Maybe your next husband will be there for you. Child, Wendy read this shit right quick. All of Mia's businesses were taken away by G's brothers. I was just like, girl, what? How did all your businesses get taken away if you own 40%? Like, I'm not even about to go through all of the semantics with the shit that Mia was saying about how she wasn't a deciding member, but she owned more than 40% of the stock, but somehow she and G got pushed out, but they'll be paid on the back end, and she was fired, so now she's not making her $400,000 salary. You know that salary that she had to tell us about when she first came onto the show? Because she was so tacky and thirsty to let everybody know that she was finally making legit money instead of shaking her ass for it. Mia got upset because all of the women were laughing at her when she was trying to explain shit. And it's because you sound crazy. If you guys don't understand business, just say you don't understand business. Girl, listen, we know it's you who do not understand business. You only understand what G has told you. And you're another one that I bet the only thing you made sure of is that when he died, you're going to get something. I bet you that's the only thing that you probably made sure of is that you will get something if this man and when this man passes away. Thank you, Rochelle James, for the Cash App. I appreciate you, love. But it was absolutely given y'all was stealing money from the company to uphold a stupid ass lifestyle. Let's talk about it. One of the main things for me was that y'all were renting at least 3 properties. Can you explain to me why you would not buy a property and then rent it out? And then when you want it to be there, you could simply, or Airbnb, you could simply just not rent it out. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you rent several properties instead of buying several properties that you could then turn a profit with? Unless something's up with the credit, something's up with the name, something's fugazi. That's the only reason I could think of why y'all will go around renting properties all over the East Coast claiming you buy coastal. First of all, bitch, you don't know what a coast is. Mia, you should have used the $400,000 that you was getting paid to do nothing and took your ass back to school and got a business degree. That way you would know half of the shit that you was talking about while you was up here taking money from these people businesses allegedly. Because that's what Giselle said. I said, Giselle, as former church lady, you would know embezzlement when you see it, wouldn't you? Nobody clocked the reason why Giselle was so well versed on embezzlement, because they do it in churches a lot. Anyway, Giselle says that Chris apologized to her, and we saw a package where we see that he texted her when the season wrapped, but before the season aired. So he apologized for what happened before he saw how she was putting all these spins on the situation. Okay? Candace says, you called him a sneaky link. You tried to make it seem as if my husband was trying to convince you to sleep with him. And he was not. And then she says, oh, well, I'll apologize for that. And Ashley says, Giselle does like to put a little sauce on it. Candace says this is the biggest, form of gaslighting I have ever seen. And I think what she meant by that is we're not going to sit up here and act like Giselle did not come up with this plot this season. Instead of talking about her dwindling uterus, as Candace said, because y'all get mad about facts. If somebody has to get a hysterectomy because they are now aging out of the being able to have a baby process, and they're aging out of that, their ability is dwindling. Like dwindling uterus. Okay? You can't use it for what it's used for no more. Okay? It's dwindling. It's a fact. It might have sounded harsh, but guess what? Nobody gives a fuck about being harsh to Giselle. Giselle doesn't have feelings, right? She's stoic. She's cold. Y'all edit out the moments where she actually shows emotion. So if you expect me to give a fuck about Giselle's feelings, I'm sorry. You came to the wrong reviewer, because I don't. Dwindling uterus and all. She should have been talking about that. We should have been seeing that date with Steve. We should have been seeing you trying to get with Luke from Summer House. We should have saw whatever the boy name is. Child, I don't know. I don't care. I don't know them people. But what I do know is you had a lot of shit going on in your life that we only heard about and did not see. And I have a problem with that. And that's the point that Candace was trying to make. You tried to malign my husband and make him seem as if he was a sexual deviant just so you wouldn't have to talk about the shit that's going on in your life. And Robin, you did the same thing. We knew what was going on with you and your man, and in order to not talk about that, can we admit that it's inappropriate for a man to be in a hotel room with a single woman? Oh, really? Is it inappropriate for him to pay for said hotel for a fucking stranger that he met on Instagram? Because to me, it's way more problematic for Juan to be paying for a hotel for a stranger that he's never met before. That's way more problematic to me. But, okay, Robin and Giselle, let's keep it a buck. Whenever everybody has talked about Juan, they've talked about the fact that Juan has other women that he's sleeping around with, which we have found out is true. And he doesn't seem to be that interested in Robin because he doesn't show up for her, which seems to be true. Now, let's go to Michael. Michael has been on camera grabbing everybody's ass from the cameraman to Ray. Everything we said about Michael was true. This shit about Chris was made up and turned into something else simply to divert attention from what was really going on. And what was really going on is Juan is over there involved in a I want to say a sexual assault case over there at his school, Copen, whatever the school name is. Child, I forget how y'all pronounce it. But he's swept up in some illegalities over there with the student because he didn't listen to a student who said they were being, harassed, catfished, forced into, sexual situations with someone that Juan hired. That was going on at that time. And then Juan was getting caught paying for hotel rooms by bitches he met on Instagram. So that was going on with Robin. All of that's going on between Robin and Giselle, and we didn't hear a peep about it all season. But y'all wanted to make it seem as if Chris, y'all, I don't care about what the name of the school is. I don't care. I'm going to forget. I don't care. Like, I'm sorry. Unless I go there, I don't care about getting the pronunciation, a Copen, whatever the fuck. I don't care. Okay? Anyway, yes, like I said, all of that was going on. We didn't hear a peep about it. But we got to keep talking about this whole situation with Chris. That was make-believe. And let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell you how I know it was make-believe, because I believe that Ashley got her homegirl to say that shit. I think Ashley got her homegirl to say that shit so Giselle could introduce what she had to say. And then I think that, from that's why Mia, y'all remember Mia was like, oh, he was giving me the eye when we were at the party too. You know why? Because there was a meeting where everybody was just going to bandwagon and all say that Chris did something inappropriate, because if more than one person is saying it, then we have to believe it, right? That's what they were doing. They absolutely orchestrated that shit. Just like they tried to do in previous seasons. So yeah, no, I don't feel bad for Giselle dwindling uterus comment. I don't. It's a fact of life. It is what it is. You should be happy about it. No more periods for you. What else? Candace points out they were together a lot and she hadn't said anything. Giselle says, I know y'all want to think that I'm always talking about, people's husbands, because you are. Shout out to Wendy for the alley-oop. Yeah, it's a repeated thing, though. You're a repeat offender. You do this over and over again. We can name at least 2-3 other times you've done this. You went after Karen's husband, Ray. Remember Erica? Ray wants to sleep with Erica Lyles. Remember that? You went after Ray's tax issues. What's going on with his business? Y'all was all in Ray's ass when it came to Karen. Y'all was all in Ashley's ass when it came to Michael. Not nearly as much as you should have been. But the shit that wasn't real, the shit about Eddie, the shit about Chris Samuels, the shit about Chris Bassett, y'all made that shit up. And the people that actually gave y'all ammo, like Gordon and Michael, y'all let them skate. That's funny to me. That's real funny to me. I also love how Andy pointed out that what type of Victorian era are we in, where a man and a woman can't talk in a hotel room without everybody thinking that it's something else. And Giselle was like, well, everybody talks about everybody. Candace says, it's not all lives matter moment, bitch. This is you. Take your accountability. Take your accountability, bitch. It's you. This was you. This was you. Okay? But yeah, y'all. I always wonder why women get so upset about that, baby. I can't wait for that. I don't know. Talking about her face card never declines. Heck, even Mia said she wasn't cute. Girl, women like this Coven are the reason why Me Too didn't take off like it should. There has to be integrity in the accusation. Otherwise, it carries no weight. Exactly. And that's the point that Candace was trying to make at the beginning of the season, is that people don't believe women because of people like Giselle, who will put 20 on 10, embellish a story, make it seem worse than it is for her benefit. Like, it's really ridiculous. But at the same time, you throwing your cooch at some young man. You throwing your cooch at Andy who don't want it. Child, Giselle is giving burn book Regina George. Giselle made me mad as fuck, acting dumb. Girl, you know what you did, sitting up there talking about, I didn't intend on saying anything. Yes, you did. And you can tell the way Ashley defends Giselle, that they had previously talked about what they were going to do to malign Chris. Y'all can't tell me nothing different. Candace, next season, I'm going to need for you to remember this. I don't want to see you back next season acting like these people are your friends, because they're not. Okay, honey? All right. Well, that's all I got to say. That's all I got for y'all. Okay. I hope y'all liked. It's 1,300 of y'all in here and only 553 likes. I feel like that's mad disrespectful. I've been going off, and that's all y'all got for me? Damn. Boho Barbie, thank you for the super chat, Bondy. Why do you think Chris isn't suing Giselle? I think it's a nuisance. I think it's an aggravation. I think it's something they kind of just want to go away. But honestly, it's probably more so because it wouldn't reflect good on the show. KB, thank you for the super chat. I clocked that, Bondy. LOL. I say, oh, Gizzard is definitely deflecting when it comes to that embezzlement. She would know. Okay? Listen. Them church people know how to steal money from the church. They know how to embezzle. Ask them. That's why she knew. I ain't saying she did nothing. I'm just saying church people be knowing about it, girl. That's all I said. They just be knowing. Anyways, I think that's all the super chats that I got. Ooh, y'all still ain't like the video enough, but that's all right. I hope y'all like it on y'all way out. That would be cute if y'all enjoyed yourselves, okay? Hey, Urel, have a good day, love. He may still sue. Listen, if they gonna be on this show, I would suggest just letting it go. But if this shit happen again, I would sue. Absolutely. I think if Phaedra was fired for telling a statement that was told on her, then Gizzard Neck and Robert should be fired. They probably should. But they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. And it's just sad. But anyway, I love you guys so much. I will be back at 3 p.m. for us to do Love and Marriage DC and Ready to Love. So I hope to see y'all back. Make sure y'all like the video on y'all way out, or, dislike it, child, whatever you want to do. I still get, the engagement. Okay, you was here for the whole video just so you could dislike it. All right, I love you guys. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all back here for Love and Marriage DC if y'all gonna be here. All right, peace out.